Yes guys, it's the boy Cam, CTB, Cam Talks Boxing, back with another video. This weekend is one of the biggest fights of the year to see who the #1 lightweight in the world is. VASYL Lomachenko will be fighting the young, the fresh DEVIN Haney for the undisputed lightweight titles. Is it now or never for Lomachenko? Let's talk about it. Yes guys, let's go straight into it. So VASYL Lomachenko will be fighting for the undisputed lightweight titles against DEVIN Haney this weekend, live on Top Rank, ESPN. And it's going to be a mouth-watering fight. Look, this is truly to see who the best lightweight in the world is. I know we had Tank and Ryan. It was a great fight. It was probably the biggest fight in boxing. But this is the one for the hardcore boxing fans and the people who know boxing. This is going to show who the #1 lightweight is, and it's a great stylistic matchup, you know. Look, there's so many factors to this fight, but you saw it in the thumbnail. The question is it now or never for Lomachenko? Lomachenko's goal has been to become undisputed lightweight champion for a while now, for the last 3-4 years, because he fought Teofimo Lopez in 2020, which is 3 years ago now, and that would have made him the undisputed champion. I know there's the whole WBC franchise situation, but he would have been undisputed champion. And Lomachenko is such a decorated fighter, one of the best, if not the best. He's up there, top 3, top 4 best fighters of this generation. A pound for pound great, freeweight world champion. And Lomachenko's done that all in just under 20 fights. 17 wins, 11 by knockout. But then look, at the end of the day, you got real Devin the Dream Haney. He's 29-0. He's got 15 knockouts. The only kind of trouble he's been in really is that right hand from Linares, which really rocked him. But look, he's a hard fighter to beat. He's a talented fighter. He's one of the best fighters and one of the best talents in the world. He was undisputed at 23 years old, and he's 11 years younger than Lomachenko. That's what we need to forget. That's what we cannot forget. He's fresher. He's got the youth behind him. He's got the size and reach behind him. And I think that will be a big factor in this fight. But guys, look, I'm going to give you my prediction. But guys, before I give you my prediction, I just want to talk about Lomachenko. Is it now or never for Lomachenko? Yes, it is now or never for Lomachenko. He's 35 years old. Guys, look, he had a long layoff. And yeah, he had that one fight against Jermaine Ortiz where he looked mediocre. But you can't write Lomachenko off. Like, look at the 2 fights prior to that. Even Teofimo Lopez, that was a close fight. He arguably had a bad shoulder. And then he came back against Nakatani and Comey and looked absolutely elite. Then he had the longest layoff in his career. He had the war. He wasn't training properly. And he did beat Jermaine Ortiz. But look, that was not many people are talking about this. Jermaine Ortiz was probably one of the perfect opponents he could have to get ready for someone like DEVIN Haney. Reason being, Jermaine Ortiz is long, he's big, like DEVIN Haney. They're both orthodox. They've both got fairly similar power. And Lomachenko really challenged himself because they were good, solid rounds, because they were sparring partners. So Jermaine Ortiz knows a lot about Lomachenko, and he still couldn't solve the matrix. So you've got to look at it that way. And look, you can't write Lomachenko off just with that one performance, you know. So is this the best fighter DEVIN Haney is going to fight in his career? Easily. Is this the best fighter Lomachenko will fight? It's hard. You can't say yes for definite. He's probably one of, but Teofimo Lopez in 2020 at his best, it's probably it was a harder fight. He's got more power. He's more dangerous to Lomachenko because he could have knocked Lomachenko out. Hence, he was quite hesitant in the first 6 rounds. And that's what inevitably helped Teo win that fight. His power. Lomachenko didn't want to pull the trigger. He didn't want to let his hands go because he knew what was coming back. But then Loma's fought Linares, who was in his prime. He's fought Gary Russell, who wasn't even favourite to win. He was underdog against Gary Russell. He's fought Regan Dow. He's fought gold medalists like, you know, he's fought Anthony Connor. He's fought gold medalists like Luke Campbell. So look, it's very interesting. Lomachenko's got the better resume. He's got more experience, even though he's fought less rounds, and he's less rounds than Devin Haney. He is obviously more experienced, and we've seen Lomachenko. He has that dog in him. He really does have that dog in him. And for me, yeah, he's at the perfect age now. And for me, if he doesn't win this fight and he doesn't get undisputed, I don't think he'll get another chance now. I think he'll miss the boat. There's too many up and coming fighters. There's Shakur Stevenson, who's entered the division. There's Tank Davis, who you'd like to think will eventually go for the belts. If Devin Haney, goes up in weight, then they might get vacated. Lomachenko might still have a chance to fight for some of the belts against, the other top dogs. But it really does depend how good. If Lomachenko wins this, then yeah, then this whole question's out of the window. But if he gets absolutely destroyed, you might want to call it a day for Lomachenko, or if he looks just absolutely past his best and he just looks like he doesn't have it in him anymore, then you might want to, he might be on a decline. But even if he loses, but it's a close fight, he might need a rematch, or it's a great performance. It could have went either way, and he'll probably fight for some of the belts again. So. But I do really think this is his chance now to become undisputed. This is his goal. Devin Haney. Look, Devin Haney is going to be a tough fight. Devin Haney's got such a beautiful jab. But let's move on to my prediction now and my breakdown of the fight. It's all about. There's so many factors to it, but my prediction is a Lomachenko, a close win. I think split decision. I think Lomachenko will start slow, but he cannot afford to lose too many of the first few rounds. I think first six. If he goes 6-0, if he loses the 6 rounds against Devin Haney in the first half of the fight, I think it's an uphill battle for him. I think he needs to make it competitive, win a few rounds in the first half of the fight, and I think in the second half of the fight, we're really going to see what Haney's made of. He hasn't needed to show it yet, so let's not keep criticising Devin Haney. He hasn't needed to. He's been able to just use his sharp jab, use his defense, and win comfortably. But now I do feel like Loma's going to have to get that out of Haney, and I think he will. Haney's going to have to show that he's got a lot more tools to his arsenal, to his toolbox. He needs to be able to fight on the inside. He needs to be able to adapt to dirty tactics. Lomachenko has those tactics. He can rough you up in the clinch. He can get into the inside. He can make you fight toe to toe. He can he start an exchange, and he can make you he can make it. He will turn it into a dogfight, and I think that's what Lomachenko is going to do, especially if he's down on the scorecards. Around round 7 and 8, I think he's going to make it really dirty. And for me, I do think it's going to be a nip and tuck fight, and I do think Lomachenko will get the better of Haney between round 9 and 12. I feel like Lomachenko always finishes stronger. I feel like he will be warmed up. I know it takes a while to process the information. It's similar to Tank, except for Tank just gets you out of there with one shot. But I feel like Lomachenko will show his. I think this will be the best performance of Lomachenko's career. I think he's going to be training hard. I think he's had that warm-up fight now. I think he's going to fight for his country, for Ukraine, and I'm going for a Lomachenko split decision win. I think he's going to nick the championship rounds. I think he might even hurt Devin Haney. I think we've seen. It really depends. Look, Linares was powerful, but Loma's got power as well. Not as much at lightweight, but he has got snap in his punches. And guys, look, I'm not saying I'm not confidently predicting that, because look, Haney could make it. He could just absolutely UDM, unanimous decision. He can just win by unanimous decision. But I do think it's going to be a close fight. I do think Lomachenko is written in the stars for him. And guys, let me know what you think. What's your prediction? Do you think it's now or never for Lomachenko? Do you think Devin Haney has a lot more to show, and he'll show it in this fight? Because I do think he will. But do you think he'll be enough to beat Lomachenko? I'm just super looking forward to this fight, guys. I'm looking forward to the weigh-in today. If you can please like, share, subscribe, get me to 500 subs. The goal is to get to 1k in the next few months. So guys, that'll be much appreciated. But yeah, guys, I'll be back with another video. Her name. Talking numbers on the phone while I'm getting brains. Switch 4 lanes.